guys, it's Bella, the maker, mama, boss lady behind Bella's Custom Crochets, and today I'm doing, I don't know if we call this a special edition, a vlog, I don't know, a video where I'm going to walk you through my summer handmade wardrobe. I do have a similar video that I'll link that I recorded back in the winter of all of the heavier sweaters that I've made to date. There's going to be a little bit of crossover in that video just because I do carry some of these pieces over throughout seasons, but overall, this is my summer crochet and a little bit of knit wardrobe. I do like to make sure that I carry over the fiber arts into all seasons, and I love pieces that can kind of be layering pieces throughout the year. I think a lot of times we think of crocheting and knitting as winter hobbies, but I like to have them year-round in my wardrobe, and I love wearing things that I've made, be it my own designs or somebody else's. I will make sure to link down below my patterns, any patterns that I mention, yarns if I can find them, if they're still available, any information that you might need if you're interested in making some of these patterns. I will say I don't keep project pages for everything that I make, so I don't have like complete details of like yardages and stuff that I'm going to be able to share with you. And I don't even remember what sizes I made in some of them. But for the most part, I'm generally a size small to medium, 38-inch bust, and that's pretty much what I made these sizes in. Things that I pattern tested for or designed myself, I've gauged, but some of them I didn't gauge for, so might not be totally accurate, but still it's going to give you some fun ideas maybe if you want to add to your summer or spring or early fall, or you just like to watch videos of me talking about my wardrobe. Like and subscribe! Okay, I don't want this one to be too long, so I'm going to get right down to it, and I'll just talk you through each of these pieces. And I do want to say if at any point you can hear my husband in the background, he's on a work call in the next room over. 2020 problems, y'all. Alright, this one is probably my most worn in my summer wardrobe. This was one that I test crocheted for Ambassador Crochet, who is also my tech editor. Hi, Christine. This is the Odyssey cardigan. I believe this one I made in a size small. If I made another, I'd probably size up because it's a little tighter than I would like. But this is it's hard to show you, but we're going to put in pictures. Hold it over here for you. Let me scoot over because we're going to put the pictures over there. Hard to show you because it's so light and airy, but it's got this beautiful lacy open pattern. I really love this cardigan because I hate the feel of air conditioning on my skin. Like, I like the room to be cold, but I don't like to feel it like blowing on me, if that makes any sense at all. Probably doesn't. But this is really nice for like, I don't work in like a corporate office space. I work here. This is my job. And there's no air conditioner in this room. But in like church or even in the car with the air vents like blowing on me, I just can't stand that. And my husband kind of likes air conditioning. So I like to have this option to throw on so the air conditioning isn't really touching me that much. Is this an actual phobia? I don't know. But it freaks me out. So I really like this piece. It's a great dress it up, dress it down kind of look. It is made in one piece from the bottom up, so there's no seaming on the sides, which is great because seaming lace is a pain in the booty. So it's worked up to the sleeves, and then I believe you split for the front and the back, and then the sleeves are picked up and worked in the round, so there's literally no seaming, which is glorious. Very simple. Once you get the stitch motif down, it's the same lacy thing all throughout. And she has it so that it lines up nice on the sleeves and just looks beautiful. Christine's patterns are great. The yarn that I made this one in is, we're not sure if it's discontinued or not, and by we, I mean me and you podcast people. Is this Fair Isle Harbor in the color Sapphire. You've seen the color. It's really beautiful. I don't usually go for blue, but I feel like this is like my ideal blue, the jewel tony saturated blue. Love it. But it seems like Fair Isle, like their Instagram has been silent since like last August, and their website, a lot of stuff is on sale, and it like used to be available at Joann, but now it's not, and it's maybe available at Walmart. I don't really know. For a time I was working with Fair Isle, kind of doing some pattern designing and collaborations with them, but yeah, I haven't talked to them in a long time. I don't know what's going on with the company. So I'm a little sad because I really love this yarn. It's a cotton and bamboo viscose, or viscose from bamboo. This would be a great color name. Bamboo blend. And it's just so light and drapey, and it's a great sub. The yarn is roughly sport weight. It's a great sub in for if you're not comfortable using wool. And it just washes and wears so well. I've made so many things for my daughter and I out of this, including a baby blanket, and it looks as good as the day I made it. But yeah, it seems like this yarn is no longer available, so tear, sad. If you know where to find it, let me know, because I kind of want more in all of the colors, most of the colors. So yeah, that is the Odyssey cardigan, my top pick for summer wardrobe layering. This one, you have seen me talk about. It's my pattern, so I'm not going to talk a ton about it. Instead, I will link the little, somewhere above me, the card for the pattern drop video. This is my most recent pattern. This is the Fandeco Tee. It is a nice, boxy, oversized tunic length. Not super boxy and oversized, like 8 inches of positive ease. It's got this sweet little Fandeco stitch panel in the back. Makes it nice and breathable and airy and just really pretty. We call it business in the front, party in the back. Yeah, if you've watched the pattern drop or heard me talk about it in previous podcasts, I am just smitten with this pattern. Size inclusive, up to 4XL. In all of my patterns, I try to have lots and lots of photos and video tutorials and visuals to help you through the pattern. This one was made in collaboration with LaRue Crochet / LaRue Cotton. Kathleen dyes 100% Pima cotton yarns. This one is a DK. So the main color is Coffee Please. I love the like yellowy undertones in there. And then the contrast is Fall Fetty, which is really cool because I feel like not a lot of speckles have a lot of black and brown in them, and this just has some nice, fall-y colors that I really love. And the pattern has an option for doing a ruffle sleeve that has a contrast color and kind of a Fandeco mimic on the edge, and a lot of the testers did the ribbing as well in the contrast color if you want to go that route. I think I said this was DK. I will say that 100% cotton is a little bit heavy at times, especially if you're making some of the larger sizes. It might be a little bit heavy for summer. So you can either sub in something that's a cotton blend, or maybe a wool might be a little bit lighter. Acrylic would probably also be pretty heavy, but up to you and what your preference is and where you live, obviously. This is nice because it is oversized, so it's nice and airy, and the panel in the back provides a lot of nice airflow, but I wouldn't wear it when it was sweltering. So good for summer, definitely good for early spring, early fall, or late spring, early fall, whatever. Definitely good throughout a couple different seasons, but not like it's the hottest day of summer, let me go put on my DK weight boxy sweater. That's just a lot of yarn and a lot of weight. But for the most part, this is a great summertime pattern. And yeah, testers made it in a variety of yarns, and I think at the time this video airs, Kathleen still has kits, so if I can still grab the link for that, I will put that down below as well. This one's gonna look also familiar. I promise this is the last one that's my pattern. This isn't just a me promo video. I just like the stuff I make, guys. This is the Fandeco vest. Again, the Fandeco stitch that I have come up with. This one is below your bum, mid-thigh length, but adjustable in length if you'd like it shorter or longer. Again, oversized and nice and flowy. This one is worked in, oh, I should say this one is worked in panels, so you do have to seam, but it's not bad, and I have a graphic showing you how to do it. This one is worked in one piece like the Odyssey cardigan up to the armpit, and then you split for the front and back. Then you just do this little bit of sleeve edging, and then there is a ribbing that runs along the front and down around the bottom. It's got this beautiful curved edge, up to size 4XL again. This one is in basically the equivalent of the Fair Isle Harbor. This is Fair Isle Port. It's the same cotton bamboo blend. I believe the colorway is just gold, kind of a boring name. But I really love this yarn. With both of them, it can be a little splitty for crocheting. It's a breeze to knit with, but just I don't know if I can show you anywhere. Well, this is where I picked out this one's kind of tighter. It's a really loosely plied yarn. I don't know if you can see that at all. So it tends to be a little splitty. There's probably like 10 or 12 strands in there. You just have to pay attention and make sure you're not splitting any strands, but that's like half of yarns for crochet because they're, S twist, Z twist, whatever. Spun opposite directions, and it's kind of a pain for crocheting. But I do love the yarn, and it's for a worsted weight, very light and airy. Again, that cotton bamboo blend. I've learned that if I'm going to make summer garments, I really like cotton, bamboo, viscose, which I'm not sure is always from bamboo. Sometimes it's just labeled as viscose. I don't really know where viscose comes from. I feel like it's a plant fiber of some kind. Linen I like in a blend. Yeah, I don't like straight up acrylic, I've learned, for summer garments. And I just, in general, don't love worsted weight things. DK is kind of my max at this point for things I'm going to make, but I'm really getting more into fingering weight, sport weight things. This one's worsted because it's so open and airy, but if this was a solid cardigan, you'd be sweltering. So, yes, that's the Fandeco vest. Again, I'll link, if I haven't already at this point, the pattern drop video for that one. Up next is the Marigold cardigan. Nope, not cardigan, not a cardigan at all. Marigold Tank. Marigold Tank by More Thunder. This one I was also a tester for, but I made a couple modifications with her permission, and I will walk you through those. This one is really neat in that it is whatever the ultimate size inclusive is, you can make this in any size because it's more of like a recipe, I guess, than a pattern, where she gives you some little formulas to fill in as far as your gauge, and then how to measure your body and plug your body measurements into that, and then make this basically any size you want. Like, it was written for adult sizes, but I was like, hey Morgan, can I make a baby one? And at the time I made whatever my daughter was last summer, 8-ish months old, a teeny tiny one. It's packed away or I would show you, but I made an itty bitty one as well. You can make one for your dog if your dog needs a tank top with a tie. Because it's, yeah, you can just plug in any measurements and you're good to go. Couple things I don't love about this pattern. I will say that I tweaked the gauge. If you look at Morgan's, it's definitely in a more open hook size or gauge. I don't remember what the pattern called for, but I made it tighter with her permission because, again, it was a make it any size kind of pattern. So I was like, can I make it in a smaller hook size? Because for a tank in worsted weight yarn, it was made with a larger hook size in that it was kind of open, the fabric, and I was like, I don't really want to have to find a tank top that I can layer under this worsted weight tank top in the summer, because that just sounds so sweaty. So I just made the gauge a little bit tighter so you couldn't, you know, see through anything. The other thing I adjusted, I believe, in the pattern, and I don't remember if she made adjustments in the final pattern because I gave her my notes. I don't know if you would call this the cup or the front that holds your lady bits in. For my bust size, it had decreases that went like decrease one row, regular the next row, decrease. So every other row decreases. And it was going to give me a much deeper V than I wanted. So I ended up decreasing, I think, like at some point, every row instead of every other, just to make it a little less deep, a little more of a shallow V, because that's just how I like things. So yeah, I don't know if that's in the pattern as an option, and you could kind of adjust the strap length to whatever you wanted, but I wanted to make sure that the front, you know, covered everything. So that is, oh no, one more thing that I'm not super crazy about. I do love Morgan's patterns, and I love Morgan. This was one that she had originally written as a knit pattern and then converted into a crochet pattern, and I just don't know if it translated as well. As you can see, this part is crocheted in the round. And when you're knitting in the round and then you go to knitting flat, you just flip from stockinette in the round to stockinette flat, and it doesn't look different, really. But crocheting in the round versus crocheting flat looks totally different. So this part versus this part. So I didn't love that these bust bits look like a different stitch than the bottom. Another thing that I changed, she had, I don't know if you can see in the picture, but hers wasn't truly in the, mine I just kept going round and round and round, and I put a stitch marker so I could tell where my beginning of round was. She joined every round, so there was a diagonal seam down the front, or this way, whatever way the seam went, a visible diagonal seam down the front, and I was not crazy about that. I think she meant it as kind of a feature for the piece, but I was like, I don't want a seam down the front of me going sideways. It was cuter sideways than straight, but still didn't like that. So I like this pattern with modifications. It is very heavy in that I chose to make it in an acrylic. Again, I've learned my lesson. I love this yarn. This is Lion Brand Jeans in the color Top Stitch, which is one of my very favorite acrylic yarns. It's very soft and very wearable and pretty durable. But again, worsted weight in the summer, especially in an acrylic and especially in something that's this tight of a gauge and fabric, it's kind of sweaty, kind of sloppy. and it's fairly fitted, so it's like sweaty and like touching you. So yeah, it would seem like I hate this pattern, but I do not. And I like Morgan, and I like how she writes her patterns. This one is just not my fave out of all of them. If I had to pick a least fave, it would be this one, but I do wear it quite a bit, maybe more towards fall. Throw a cardigan over it. Fits nice, looks nice, just it's very hot in the summer. So that one is kind of a modified hack version of the Marigold tank. Again, there's a knit version if you'd like to try that as well. Okay, this one is the Summertime Tee. Is this the front? Nope. Nope, this is the front. This is the Summertime Tee by TL Yarn Crafts. This one I believe is also a free pattern on her blog as well as available for purchase. I think it's fairly, it might only go up to like 2XL. I don't remember the sizing, but I think I made the medium, but I don't think I gauged. So I don't know if this is true to size or not, but I love the way this one fits on me. This is a little bit oversized. Again, that boxy tunic, airy, lacy, longer in the back, shorter in the front, split hem. This is actually one that I compared the dimensions to when designing the Fandeco Tee, because I was like, I love the way this one fits. So very similar in fit, but this one has an openy, definitely tank top under type for me. T-shirt design. I believe this one is written in either, I think the original pattern uses Lion Brand 24/7 cotton, if I'm not mistaken. I think. Which I think is either a DK or a light worsted. But the yarn that I used, these fingers are so creepy looking, Barocco Remix Light, which was a fingering weight. I don't know if you can tell, but I held it double. 2 strands. Not that it matters, but I held it double to give me more of a worsted-y DK feel. This is the colorway Pepper, and I have to look down at my notes to tell you the blend of this yarn because it's wild. Nylon, cotton, acrylic, silk, and linen, and it's like really weird percentages that I didn't bother writing down. But I really love Barocco in general. This is a pretty affordable one. If you're looking for something that isn't a straight up acrylic, again, because it has the cotton and the silk and the linen and whatnot, it's a lot more breathable and light and airy. It does get a little bit fuzzy, but not like terribly so. I don't know if you can see the fuzz factor on there. It wears very well though, and is just a lot more comfortable in the summer, even though it's a heavier weight. When I held it double, it's still very comfortable to wear because of the breathability of the fibers. So I like the Barocco. And do I have anything else I need to say about that one? I think I made it pretty true to pattern. This one does require seaming. It's made in panels and seamed up, but it's not too bad. It's worked from the bottom up. Free pattern. I think that's all I need to say about that one. Do really like this one. Do really like the fit. I'm going to put my pile down on the floor because they're falling over now. Okay, 2 more. This is the last crocheted one. This one just holds a special place in my heart. Can't tell the front from the back. I think you're the front. It's pretty much the same. This is another that's made in panels. This is the Homebody Sweater by Made with Love. I think this is the first sweater I crocheted for myself, maybe. At least that I remember. There's a fuzz in my eye from that remix. So this one's made in panels, and then the sleeves are joined in the round. I think I made size small, size medium. I don't know. It's definitely larger gauge than the pattern. Mine is very oversized, although hers is pretty oversized too. This is free on Meg's blog as well as for purchase. This is probably more of a fall weight, maybe spring, but I wanted to mention it because it's great at the beach as a cover-up when it's, you know, a little bit chilly, a little bit warm. You know, again, don't let the air conditioning touch you kind of sweater. So great with just the tank top underneath. This one is Bernat Softy Baby Cotton. It's a mouthful. In the color Feather Gray, I believe. And I think that's 100% cotton. It might be like 90% cotton with a little bit of acrylic. Pretty sure it's 100% cotton. So again, it's a little bit heavy, but I think it made my sweater grow a little bit. But again, I love the oversized fit of this one. I wear this year round, and I will have put in a picture. You can see me super pregnant. That was literally the day I went into labor. So I wore this the duration of my pregnancy. Didn't make it for pregnancy, wore it all the time anyway, but it just happened. It was the most oversized, and I think it was the only handmade garment that fit me at that point. So I was like, I want to wear crochet. So yeah, the day I went into labor, that was, yeah, morning of, in labor, taking photos in a sweater. So this one is great if you are looking for something that is going to fit your body at all different shapes and stages. I think I said it was seamed already. Yep, I did. I love oversized. I think I modified the sleeves a little bit, maybe made them a little bit shorter or something, and hers has just a cuff that she rolled. I ended up sewing down my cuff because I don't like it when they aren't even. So I just tacked the cuff down. Other than that, I'm pretty sure I made it true to pattern, but this was like years ago, 3-4 years. But held up good. I wear this one a lot. Super cozy. And yeah, recommend Meg's patterns, especially because this one is furry. And I don't remember the exact sizing on it, but it is easy enough to go up a hook size or add some extra stitches and hack it to the size that you want it to be. So I love this one. And yeah, definitely if ever I'm pregnant again, this is going to be a go-to because it's just so easy to throw on and it just fits and it's so forgiving. So even when you're 9 months pregnant, you're still going to look adorable in your handmade wardrobe. Alright, I have one more to show you. It is currently inside out, so let me fix that. This is my only knit summer piece. This is one that I recently tested for Tiffany Lynn of Tiffany Lynn Hand Knits. She is a Connecticut designer. I'm from Connecticut, if that wasn't clear by the Connecticut up there. This is made in another local Connecticut dyer's yarn. This is Sassy Black Yarns and the color Indigo Nights on her cotton linen base. I don't think she still carries it. I think it was kind of an experiment, but I snatched up the skeins while she had them. I should have alternated. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can tell my gauge was totally different at the bottom than it was at the top. I was a test knitter and I was having a really hard time with the linen cotton knitting because linen and cotton are both, they don't have any like muscle memory to them. So it's very different than knitting with wool. But I love this. It is so airy, so light. Cotton linen is a great summer blend. I've also crocheted some other stuff with it and it's just so breathable. And yeah, this one comes in a tee or a cropped. I made the tee and in the, whatever this, I think it was like a medium 38 inch again. A little bit of positive ease. This one I learned a lot of knitting techniques in. I learned how to do herringbone stitch because Tiff is the queen of the herringbones. It sounds crazy. Herringbone on the bottom looks kind of wild. So that was in the round, that's flat. I learned how to do an I-cord. I learned how to do German short rows. A whole bunch of new knitting techniques for me. But yeah, the fit of this is just ideal. And it's so, have I said it's light and airy? It's so light and airy, and I love it. So I don't know if you can get this particular yarn from Lakeisha at this point. I don't even think she has any cotton linens anymore. She might. I don't know. Go check out our shop. But I really, really, really love this tee. And if you're looking for a, maybe not beginner knitter, because I have been knitting for a long time, maybe advanced beginner intermediate, if you're willing to, she has some tutorials in there and links, or if you're willing to look some stuff up on YouTube, like I-cordy things and whatnot. Not hard, just you might need to learn some new techniques. Definitely doable. I did it and got through the test period, no problem. So I love, did I say the beachcomb? This is the beachcomb tee or crop. So yes, it's a recent design from Tiffany Lynn Hand Knits. And that concludes the tour of my summer wardrobe, guys. I hope that gave you a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of the fun for you to see what is in my closet, I guess. I'm going to try and do videos like this maybe yearly or so to update you on my handmade wardrobe. I really like I said, having pieces that I made and people are like, whoa, did you make that? And people have kind of established me as that person at this point, and I get a lot of joy out of that. So yes, if you have any questions about any of the patterns or if I missed anything as far as yarns or sizes, drop it below. Let me know what some of your favorite summer patterns are, because I'm always on the look, both crochet, always on the lookout, always looking for crochet or knit, or even toddler patterns, because I have a toddler. So yeah, I hope you found tons of inspo there, and if you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to this channel for more crochet content. I do a bi-weekly podcast as well as fun other stuff like this and tutorials. And hit that notification bell so every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Thanks guys for being here, and I hope that you add some fiber arts to your summer wardrobe. Thanks guys. Bye.